It is very quiet. Right, we've got a minute to go. Yes,
nearly ready.
People are doing. Got 16 on so far. Lynette has said hello. Hello, Lynette. How are you, my dear?
Hello, Lynette.
Hopefully you know a bit about the 70s as well as the 80s. I wonder if our friend Margaret is on. If Lynette's on, Margaret usually comes on. Are you on a team with Perry, Lynette, tonight, or are you playing on your own?
Hello, Lisa. Hello, Joe the lady. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Nick.
Dawn and Tony will be a team, no doubt.
Hello, Andy. And Paula.
Andy and Vanessa. Andy.
Dawn and Tony are a team.
Yes. Oh, Phil Bebbington.
Hello,
Phil,
Phil.
you were our 600th
600th
follower. So thank you for that. We appreciate that.
Oh, I'm going to put this down now.
Yeah, you're ready now.
Yes.
Stephen, who was sadly picked at the post in the 80s quiz.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'll tell you what, we had good money on you, Steve, old bean. So Paula Garvin. Now, Paula Garvin, let us know.
Margaret's here.
Oh, hello, Margaret.
Hello, Margaret.
Young Amy's on. Don't know
Stacey.
how young Amy Jones is going to do tonight. Margaret is on. We'll see how Margaret
Angela,
does.
Garvin, Amy.
Stacey. Hello, Stacey. Cool. All the regulars are joining this, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's good news.
And some new people
And
as well, which
Super
is great.
duper. So Sue and Pete. Sue did really well last time.
Yes.
Sue and Pete. Paula. So, Paula, can you let us know how you're playing? Are you playing with Garvin, or are you playing you and Ethan and Garvin separately, or how's that working tonight for you? Oh, Tim's been banished. Tim,
He's busy.
Well, he's busy, yeah. She says that. She says he's busy. What's happened? Banished.
Anyway, keep a track. Old Phil's here.
I am. I'm busily scribbling these down, everyone.
David, Lynn, Lisa, Stevie.
God,
oh, Perry. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We'll just let a few more people join before we get going. So just welcome to all our regulars, and welcome to the new people too. It's great to have you here. Just to let you know, we've been doing these quizzes for a while now, but we haven't done a 70s quiz. We've done music quizzes, we've done rock quizzes, DJ Nigel has done some 80s quizzes lately, but this is our first 70s quiz. And it's going to be all about 70s culture. It's not going to be anything too serious. Because we need a bit of escapism at the moment, don't we? We need to sort of remember happy times, or, just pretend they were happy times. But yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy it. So we're going to have 4 rounds, 10 questions each round, and we will have a tiebreaker at the end, whether or not we need it. So you'll need a pen and paper, because you'll be writing down your questions. Please don't put the answers in the comments, because everyone will know the answers. Well, either everyone will know the right answer, or they might think the wrong answer is right. Whatever. You write down your answers on a piece of paper, and at the end of each round, I'll go through the questions and give you the correct answers, and you're marking your own. It's all a bit of fun. Please don't Google things, as there's no point really, is there? So try and play in the right spirit of things, and because Google didn't exist in the 70s, did it?
No.
So yes.
Well, so a few more shout outs.
Yes.
Steve DeVito is on, and Graz. So thanks for joining. Steve runs a excellent retro antiques place with a lot of 70s stuff in Digbeth. So if you get a chance, have a look at that, and have a look at his Facebook page. He's got some great stuff. Steve's also a DJ as well. Welcome, Steve. I think the first time you've been on one of our quizzes. So hope you enjoy it. So right, Garvin has told us what teams they're playing in, because it's always very complicated with the Jones.
Yes. Right. So I'm DJ Lady Penelope. And my trusty assistant is DJ Nigel. We
Hello.
sometimes have a DJ Aussie about, but he's never seen in the same room as DJ Nigel. But tonight it's DJ Nigel assisting, and he'll be keeping the scores.
Trying to.
He's going to try to keep the scores. It depends on how many people we have on the quiz. We're up to 43 at the moment, so you might struggle there. But anyway, we'll see how we get on. Shall I get underway?
Yes, okay.
Shall I get underway? Right, the first round is going to be on music and fashion, which go together quite nicely, don't they?
Well, Margaret's commented on your outfits.
Oh yes, I should
70s
say
outfit.
I've got my 70s jumpsuit on. Well, it's not an original from the 70s, but I'm wearing a jumpsuit because that was the 70s, piece of clothing, wasn't it? A fashion item. So yes, I thought I'd get into the spirit of it. So right, okay then, we're going to go on with round one, music and fashion, 10 questions. See how you get on. Just as a reminder, no, don't put the answers in the comments, write down the comments on a piece of paper, please. Right, okay. In which year were all the following songs released? Go Your Own Way, Exodus, I Feel Love, Heroes and Staying Alive. So to repeat question one, in which year were all the following songs released? Go Your Own Way, Exodus, I Feel Love, Heroes and Staying Alive. And question number two, we'll get on to some other things, but question number two, in which year were all these songs released? Life on Mars, Get It On, Maggie May, It's Too Late, the theme from Shaft, Imagine and Won't Get Fooled Again. I mean, there's some fabulous songs amongst that those 2 years. Just to get you in the mood, you know. So to repeat question number two, in which year were all these songs released? Life on Mars, Get It On, Maggie May, It's Too Late, the theme from Shaft, Imagine and Won't Get Fooled Again. So you just need the year. Okay, question number three. ABBA, you can't get more 70s, can you? ABBA had 7 UK number ones in the 1970s. But which of the following was not a number one? Money, 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 Knowing Me, Knowing You, The Name of the Game, or Take a Chance on Me? Which was not a number one in the UK?
Can you go through those songs again, please?
I shall do, yes. I'll repeat every song, every song. I'll repeat every question twice.
Beer all night?
No, I'll repeat them once, so I'll say them twice. Oh dear, it's only the first round.
Incidentally, let me show you this, folks. So, Penny,
I'm already on the wine.
This is already the second glass here, so...
No.
It is.
I've barely sipped it.
Yes.
Right, question number 3, repeating. ABBA had 7 UK number ones in the 1970s, but which of the following was not a number one? Money, 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 Knowing Me, Knowing You, The Name of the Game, or Take a Chance on Me? Question number 4. Oh, I'm going quite quick, aren't I? I'll try not to go too fast.
We'll come on to what wine that is in a minute, because we always have this thing with Paula. So yes, we will reveal the wine.
We always have a discussion about what everyone's drinking, and to be fair, the people that tend to do well are usually
the sober ones
drinking tea.
So if you're half blotto, you've got no chance of this quiz.
Anyway, question number 4. How many weeks did Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody stay at the number 1 spot in the UK singles chart? over the course of 1975 and 76. I remember it well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to do my newsread a bit where
Yeah.
my script goes higher and higher until you can't see me. So that's question number 4. How many weeks did Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody stay at the number 1 spot in the UK singles charts in 1975 and 76? Number 5. Who was the first female solo artist to reach number 1 in the UK singles chart with a self-written song? I got DJ Nigel thinking, and I posed the question to him the other day. So that's, who was the first female solo artist to reach number 1 in the UK singles chart with a self-written song? Shall I give the year?
Yeah, go on it.
The year was 1978. Right, question number 6. Now, when I do the 60s, 70s and 80s pop quizzes, I always like to do some lyrics. And I tend to say them in a very obscure way so that to put people off.
I do apologise for what is about to happen, folks. It's nothing to do with me. I sort of take myself completely out of the equation here for what you're about to hear.
I'm going to try, though, to read this properly.
Oh, are you? All right.
So what I want to know is the song. So here are the lyrics. He wears the finest clothes, the best designers, heaven knows. Ooh, from his head down to his toes. Halston, Gucci, Fiorucci. He looks like a still. That man is dressed to kill.
Could be about me, that could.
It could be. Maybe not tonight.
How dare you? What a cheek. I've got my best
He's
t-shirt
got
on.
his Black Sabbath t-shirt on tonight. He thought he'd go 70s. And so, to repeat question 6, I want to know the song title for this, please. The lyrics are, he wears the finest clothes, the best designers, heaven knows. Ooh, from his head down to his toes. Halston, Gucci, Fiorucci. He looks like a still. That man is dressed to kill. That leads us neatly on to fashion, don't you think? Oh, I'm just throwing this together.
Wow, do you know what? How seamless that was.
So, okay then. So, question number 7. Which hairstyle was worn by Paul and Linda McCartney, David Bowie, Rod Stewart and Susie Quatro as far back as the early 70s? But it didn't actually get its name until later on. And it was actually very popular in the 80s as well. So what's the name of that hairstyle? I have got an anagram, if it helps.
We'll do an anagram of it, yes, why not?
So, you, the letter U, tell them. You tell them.
No! No answers in comments.
Oh yes, please don't put your answers in the comments. Write them down on a piece of paper because we'll go through, after the end of each round, I'll go through the answers and you'll be marking your own. But yeah, please don't put the comments in the answers in the comments. Thank you. It's all right.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it because lots. Some people do when they're new to the quiz. It's not a problem. So, to repeat question 7, which hairstyle was worn by Paul and Linda McCartney, David Bowie, Rod Stewart and Susie Quatro as far back as the early 70s? It actually reached a peak in popularity in the 1980s and it actually got its name later. But what's the name of that hairstyle? question number 8, still on fashion. Which British fashion designer who is now a dame became associated with the punk movement when she started making clothes for Malcolm McLaren's boutique on the King's Road? So that's question number 8. Which British fashion designer, now a dame, became associated with the punk movement when she started making clothes for Malcolm McLaren's boutique on the King's Road? Question number 9. We're on to fragrances now. And don't fragrances take you back? You just have to have a sniff and it's like, oh yeah. I'm wearing Shalimar tonight, which is actually more of an 80s fragrance. So that's not going to be coming up. But I like to wear an old fragrance when I'm doing these quizzes because it gets me in the right mood. A nostalgic sort of a mood. So question number 9. Fabergé launched which men's aftershave in 1976 for men who don't have to try too hard? And it's described as a woody aromatic, if you want the technical perfumery term. Got that off Google. Yeah.
Yes, Margaret Rennie has said something here which is, I believe, correct, that the fashion designer that you mentioned in a question a minute ago,
yes.
You said was a friend of who?
Malcolm McLaren.
She said that she thinks this person married him. I don't know if that's true.
I think they're in a relationship. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
We'll find out. I'm sure people on here will know. When you go through the answers, we'll get to the bottom of that. But that does have a ring of truth about it, actually. Mm-hmm.
So just to repeat question number 9, Fabergé launched which woody aromatic men's aftershave in 1976 for men who don't have to try too hard. Could that be the voiceover?
My mate Phil still wears that. As well as Cossack. And high karate.
Oh, that was going to be one of my questions. That'll be another week. Yeah, high karate. I was researching that, and that came as a budget aftershave.
Really?
A budget aftershave.
I'll have to have words with my brother then. He bought that me for Christmas one year. Stingy git.
And question number 10, last one for round 1. Which fragrance was launched by Revlon in 1973 and became the world's top-selling perfume by 1976? It was created to appeal to the young working woman. And it is, a floral aldehyde. So that's question number 10. Which fragrance was launched by Revlon in 1973 and became the world's top-selling perfume by 1976? It was created to appeal to the young working woman. A floral aldehyde. Okay, I'll give you a minute or so just to finalise
a request has come in. Yes, a request has come in from Jane Roger, who was having technical problems.
Oh,
could you possibly quickly read questions 1, 2 and 3?
1, 2, 3, certainly, Jane. Right you have. So, question 1, in which year were all the following songs released? Go Your Own Way, Exodus, I Feel Love, Heroes and Staying Alive. Question number 2. In which year were all these songs released? Life on Mars, Get It On, Maggie May, It's Too Late, the theme from Shaft, Imagine and Won't Get Fooled Again. And question 3. ABBA had 7 UK number 1s in the 1970s, but which of the following was not a number 1? Money, 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 Knowing Me, Knowing You, The Name of the Game, or Take a Chance on Me? Right.
Right, shout out. I've just noticed
Shout out.
that John Mack is on. Now, John is a legendary landlord of the Fieldhouse pub, one of the best run pubs in the area, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Fantastic pub, well run. And John does quizzes when his pub is open. And it's John's is it today, John? I can't remember whether it was yesterday. He was 50. So let's give John a bit of love. Let's give him a few likes and thumbs up and hearts and things like that we like doing on here. So happy birthday, John, for today or yesterday, the big 50.
Happy birthday.
And thanks for joining our quiz.
Right.
Yes, James, young James, the new dad, is commenting that these aren't easy if you were born in 1988.
Yes, it's going to be a little tricky.
You're going to have to team up with your mum there, James, and rely on her a bit more than normal.
I mean, some of the questions you can have a guess at, and throughout the quiz, I think you can make a guess at quite a few of the questions. And a lot of stuff that crops up in the questions, things that are still going. It's like stuff that started in the 70s but still going. So it's not.
John's wife's. It's John's daughter's birthday.
Oh.
And his wedding anniversary as well, all on the same day.
Well, happy birthday to John's daughter and happy anniversary to John and wife.
I think his wife's called Penny as well.
Oh, and yes, John and Penny.
I think it's John and Penny, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, right.
Right, I'm going to give the answers now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Are you ready? So the answers to round one. Number one, the year that Go Your Own Way, Exodus, I Feel Love, Heroes and Staying Alive were all released was 1977. 1977. Now I'm feeling so generous.
How are you?
That if you're a year either way, you can have half a point.
I see.
Half a point if you. So 1 point if you get 1977. Half a point if you get if you put 1976 or 1978.
Are you taking note of this, John Mack? How Penny's running this and using her generosity to win over the assembled participants? When we go back and we always come last in your quizzes, make a note of that, will you?
Right, question number 2. The year that these songs were released: Life on Mars, Get It On, Maggie May, It's Too Late, Theme from Shaft, Imagine and Won't Get Fooled Again was 1971. 1971. If you put 1971, give yourself a point. If you put 1970 or 1972, you can have half a point. Right. Question number 3, you had a 1 in 4 chance to get this right. ABBA had 7 UK number ones in the 1970s, but which was not a number one? Money, 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 Knowing Me, Knowing You, The Name of the Game Will Take a Chance on Me. It was Money, Money, Money. So the answer to number 3, Money, Money, Money.
And in your little statement on that question, you said that there wasn't a more 70s band than ABBA. Now, I would have to disagree with that one. I would say... Or Slade, maybe.
Yeah, but Slade was only early.
Well, no.
Early 70s, wasn't it?
Well, Shawaddy then, how about that?
Oh! They were throwback to the 50s.
Oh.
Well, another big band in the 70s, Queen. How many weeks did Bohemian Rhapsody stay at number 1 in the UK singles chart? It was 9. So, question number 4, the answer is 9. Shall I be generous?
Oh, you're going to do it,
I'm
you're
going to
do
be
the half
generous.
a point thing again,
If you put 7 or... Sorry, no, nothing if you got 7. If you put 8 or 10, you can have half a point.
Wow.
I'm not going to be this generous as we go on in the quiz, though. This is just to,
And this is also not how Penny normally is, by the way. You're seeing a new version here.
I'm being generous for 2021.
Oh, yeah?
Number 5, did you get this one? Who was the first female solo artist to reach number 1 in the UK singles chart with a self-written song? It was Kate Bush with Wuthering Heights. So the answer to number 5 that you're looking for is Kate Bush. Number 6, he wears the finest clothes, the best designers heaven knows. Ooh, from his head down to his toes. That was, he's the greatest dancer. Number 6, he's the greatest dancer. It was by Sister Sledge. I believe it was written by Chic. But the answer you're looking for is he's the greatest dancer. Right, number 7, on to fashion. The hairstyle that was worn by Paul and Linda McCartney. But at this point, I'm just going to...
hang on. You got a wig, have you? Oh, no.
No, I've not got a wig.
No wig.
Paul and Linda McCartney, David Bowie, Rod Stewart, Susie Quatro. It was popular in the early 70s. And
well, everyone's got this, because this was the one that the young lady typed in the answers. But
right, yeah, well, I'm just going to find a picture, just
to prove it.
and it's Paul and Linda. Look at that. It's the mullet.
Oh, yes, look at that. She did have a mullet as well, didn't she?
Yes.
Wow.
Back in the day.
We've got some Shwaddy Waddy fans on here, it seems.
Oh, right, okay.
Comments coming in about Shwaddy Waddy now.
Yes, they were very popular.
Yes.
I can't deny they were popular. Right, so that was question number 7, the mullet. Question number 8, the fashion designer nowadays who became associated with the punk movement when she started making clothes for Malcolm McLaren. And maybe we can ascertain her relationship with Malcolm McLaren in a moment. The answer we're looking for is Vivienne Westwood.
I'm going to Google that.
So number 8, Vivienne Westwood. Number 9, the aftershave launched by Fabergé in 1976 for men who don't have to try too hard. Denim. Number 9, denim. And how 70s can you get? How more 70s denim?
Can I tell you about Vivienne Westwood here?
Yes, please do.
I've just Googled it.
Yes.
So, it says on here, she partnered with Sex Pistols' Malcolm McLaren and had a son with him.
Oh, yes. Yes, I thought...
It doesn't say she married him, though.
Yeah, but they definitely had a relationship.
I'll carry on researching
right.
this.
Okay. And finally, for this round, number 10, the fragrance that was launched by Revlon in 1973 and became the world's top-selling perfume by 76 was Charlie. So number 10, the answer is Charlie. Okay.
I wonder if any of the ladies on here had Charlie as young girls. Probably did, I guess.
Or as young working women.
Maybe.
Because
is that what it was?
That's what it was marketed at. So let us know your scores out of 10. And we will move on fairly swiftly to round 2.
Well, not that swiftly, because there's loads of people. I've got to type on these
Nigel.
scores.
So this is the point. So DJ Nigel will be keeping track of the scores. And, well, if anybody wants to have a chat about the music and fashions of the 70s, perfumes, what perfumes from the 70s did
what car? Yes, what perfumes? There we are.
Did you particularly like?
What band did you like? Leslie 5.5.
I did look. I've got a few perfumes myself, and I did look to see if I'd got a 70s perfume. And I don't think I have. I think because I started going, I started nightclubbing and all that in the 80s. So I've got 80s perfumes and stuff since, but I don't think I've got any 70s perfumes. But yes, but perfumes do take you back, don't they? Just a little snip.
Hold on a minute.
And this is a point where I shall reveal what I'm drinking tonight.
Oh yes.
I must point out I haven't had this all tonight.
We need Paula to come in on this one as well, because Paula normally compares wine choice.
I did start this last Sunday, okay, so this isn't all tonight. I'd saved it. I haven't had anything to drink all week. So, Dark Horse Malbec. I've really gone on to the red wine lately.
I think that was a recommendation, you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Rich, velvety and smooth. Yes, so I do like a drop of red wine. Anyway, I hope everyone's keeping well and keeping safe. We, of course, are vinyl DJs, but we can't do our vinyl DJing at the moment. We usually play in the pubs and bars in Birmingham, Solihull, but obviously not possible at the moment. But yeah, the Fieldhouse being one of them, Fletcher's Bar, Country Girl, some great venues there. But hopefully at some point this year we'll be able to return. We did have a go at doing live stream discos on Facebook, which worked very well for a while, but then Facebook got very picky and started kicking us off for copyright issues. It's not like we're making any money out of it, but yes, every few minutes they'd stop our live stream. So we've had to knock that one on the head. So now we're just doing the quizzes, but we're having fun and I hope you are too. Right, how are we doing with the scores, DJ Nigel?
We're doing well. Surprise so far in the guise of Amanda, our friend Amanda, who goes to the quizzes with the B team, etc., etc.
Yes.
Has got 3 out of 10, which is a surprise, because I thought she would score higher than that. She is a sort of a 70s girl. So
you've got plenty of opportunity, Amanda.
Yes, the music round is going to be
make some more.
Team Peg, Paula, Ethan, Garvin. What have I put them? Garvin, Paula, Ethan. A gap I've got them down as 2.5. Whoa! 2.5. Margaret's beating you guys.
Right, I'll just wait another minute and then I'll get on to round number 2, which will be around on 1970s brands. So I'm going to give you some slogans or other clues, and I'll want to know what the brand is that's been advertised.
Jane has got, where's Jane? 8.5, Jane. That puts you in second place.
That's a good score.
That's good. Failed miserable, dear. We're having drinks, rhubarb and ginger drink. Rhubarb and ginger gin, sorry. Joe the lady is drinking Creek. I don't know what that is actually. Is
Jacob's Creek?
No, Kriek. Don't know whether that's a lager or what. Yes. Casillero de Diablo, that's a nice wine there. So.
Yes.
People are commenting what a great pub the Fieldhouse is, which they should.
Yes, excellent pub.
Yes. Cola cubes and gin and tonic, Lisa.
Is that John commenting?
No. He might well comment, but he's keeping his cards close to his chest. These are other people commenting. No, John's keeping quiet about it, but he should be proud of his pub. It's
absolutely
great pub, actually. Right, okay.
I see my internet connection went down.
I think I've got most of the scores in. So let's go through the leaderboard. So we have somebody in the lead who where are we? Who was on 9? Who in the form of Stacey. So I think that's Stacey and Colin, if I remember rightly. Stacey is on 9. She is in the lead there. And then we've got several people on 8.5. We've got Jane, Roger on 8.5. Andy and Vanessa on 8.5. And then we've got a few people on 8. So Phil and Bev. Angela is on 8. And Lynette and Perry are all on 8. And everybody else is sort of lining up behind.
Well done, everybody. Some good scores there.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
So,
shall I crack on with round number 2?
Please do, they cry.
Right, okay, round number 2. So this is 1970s brands. So I've got some slogans, some dialogue or lyrics from some classic television adverts from the 1970s. And a lot of these products, well, some of these products are still going. So what is a brand? Number 1, made to make your mouth water.
They'll all be singing this now. It's a shame you can't hear them, because I bet collectively all around the UK and wherever people are on from is going to be singing that tune.
So that's question number 1. I'm looking for the brand, the product. Made to make your mouth water. Number 2, the longer lasting snack. That got DJ Nigel stumped, didn't it, for
It did.
a while?
Yes.
Number 2, the longer lasting snack. Still going today.
Thankfully, no, we can't hear you singing, Philip. Thank the sweet Jesus for that.
Number 3, refreshes the parts other beers cannot reach. That's question number 3. Refreshes the parts other beers cannot reach. Right, number 4 is a very famous slogan. It did start in the 1970s. It was written in 1973. Because I'm worth it.
I thought that was a more modern
I think it's still.
catchphrase.
I think it's still going, but it dates back to 1973.
Wow.
So that's number 4. Because I'm worth it. Number 5. It's frothy, man. If you want another clue, it's a cartoon polar bear in sunglasses. You don't get many of them, do you?
Not in Birmingham. No. Very often.
That's number 5. It's frothy, man. Number 6. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit,
Da-di-da.
da-di-da. That's number 6. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, now here's a little bit of dialogue for number 7 from a famous advert. Were you truly wafted here from paradise? Nah, Luton Airport. Not sure she pronounced the T on the end of airport.
Luton Airport.
Luton Airport.
Are you asking for the name or the...
The product.
So we can give the name then.
Lorraine Chase.
Lorraine Chase, yeah.
So that's number 7. Were you truly wafted here from paradise? Nah, Luton Airport. I can't do a Bedfordshire accent. I can do a Brummie one very well though.
She wasn't from Birmingham then.
No, I say. Yeah.
Anyway, move on.
Number 8. Tell them about the honey, mummy. That's question 8. Tell them about the honey, mummy. And, right, the final 2 questions, we're not actually looking for the product or brand, we're looking for the characters. So, number 9. Who were the milk thieves that Unigate Milk urged us to watch out for? There's a little jingle went. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. There's a...
Oh, you've made it too easy.
I've made it too easy, have I?
Yeah, you have. They'll all get that one.
Oh, right, okay. So, to repeat, number 9. Who were the milk thieves that Unigate Milk urged us to watch out for? And number 10, this is an easy one, but I had to throw it in. Who said, make someone happy with a phone call? Not yet.
Not yet, no. We have a prop.
Yeah, we have a prop when the answers come along.
Yeah.
That's number 10. Who said, make someone happy with a phone call? Right. Okie dokie. I'll give you a minute or so to finalise your answers. I'll have a little sip of my wine.
Why not?
Oh dear.
So, okay, shall we have another little question for
Another little question, go on if you've got one.
70s? Yes.
Oh.
So, a question from me then is, what car did your dad drive in the 70s?
Ah.
So, there you are, throw that out there.
My dad drove a Renault 5. It was bright yellow. So, whenever we went to some attraction where we were in a large car park, it was very easy to find.
Well, in the 70s, my dad started off driving a silver-coloured Ford Cortina. Then, for a few years, he had a West Midlands gasboard van, because that's who he worked for. And then, rather cool, in about, I think this was mid-70s onwards, he had a light blue Volkswagen Beetle that famously caught fire in 1977 outside my school when for my 10th birthday.
What a treat.
So my dad used to buy old bangers, you see. So he turned up in his Volkswagen Beetle and he pulled up outside and we were all waiting for him, little 10-year-olds, outside the junior school where I went to school in Birmingham. And my friend Darren said, Mr. Busby, your car's on fire.
Oh dear.
to which my dad cursed and moaned and had to try and put the fire out.
Look at Robin Reliance.
Who? Robin Reliance? Who's that, a Robin Reliance?
Angela.
Wow, my goodness me. Ford Cortina, yeah, they're coming in. Triumph 1500. Austin Max. Hillman Minx. Yeah, my brother had a Hillman Imp, actually. A Citroen GS. Oh, they were quite cool, as I recall. Ford popular. Had a bike. No car. Vauxhall Viva. Oh, dear.
Oh, well,
They were terrible.
Yeah.
Lancia Beta. Whoa. Hey, Nick Bradley. Well, that was cool. That's the car your dad had. Wow. Austin Maxi. Morris Marina. Hey, Phil, I had a Morris Marina, you know. Just after he passed his test. I had an Allegro. Linda Jane Locker. I had an Allegro. Orange colour. Terrible thing. Capri. Dawn. How cool was that?
Oh.
Your dad had a Capri. Yeah, all the ones in Vauxhall Vivas, I wouldn't be putting that on here if I were you. And Morris Marinas, well, they're rubbish.
Now, the reason I haven't done the car round, so Nigel did a car round last time for his 80s quiz. The reason I haven't done the car round is because I know nothing about cars, because I don't drive. Mm-hmm. But I might do a car round, well, I might throw some cars in next time.
Cars of the 70s. Yeah,
70s
we
quiz.
could do cars, yeah. Yes. Talbot Sunbeam.
My main mode of transport was the bus. It was only 2p as a child on the bus.
It was in Birmingham.
Those days, 2 pence.
pence.
And then it went up to 5 pence.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. It was obscene, that was. we were all out on the streets. Terrible. Ford Zephyr, wow. Ooh. Now, Amanda, you've, on your Facebook, you've got is it an Aston Martin or something? An old Aston Martin. I don't know if that's you and Clive or... Can't remember now. Ford Anglia.
Oh yeah, my dad had a Ford Anglia before we had the Renault actually. Yes, yeah, in the early 70s, yeah.
Right, shall we crack on, get to the answers?
Yeah.
Right, answers to answer.
Okay. So number 1, what made to make your mouth water? That was opal fruits. Opal fruits made to make your mouth water. Now,
I know you're going to do that.
Now,
supplementary question.
Some interesting information. Obviously, opal fruits are now called Starburst.
Oh no, that was your supplementary question.
No, but do you know who actually coined the slogan "Made to make your mouth water"?
And it relates to what I just was talking about with cars.
Nigel was just talking about cars.
Yeah,
there is a car connection. Have a little think about that. It's. I was surprised.
Yeah. Not who you think.
I'll move on with the rest of the answers. Number 2, the longer lasting snack was Twix. Number 2, Twix. Number 3, refreshes the parts other beers cannot reach. That's Heineken. Number 3, Heineken. Number 4, because I'm worth it, L'Oreal. L'Oreal hair colour. Now, so the information here is it was written in 1973 by Elon. I'm probably pronouncing this incorrectly. It sounds like a German name. I could be wrong. Elon Specht, who was an original, unconventional and creative 23-year-old copywriter who broke new ground with an ad that was strictly from a woman's point of view. It famously ended with the signature phrase, because I'm worth it. For the first time, the message was all about what women thought. It was about her self-confidence, her decision, her style. Yay.
Oh, yeah. The feminist movement is alive and well, is it?
Yeah, but that's right back in 1973.
Wow, there you go.
Number 5, it's Frothy Man, was Cresta Pop. Number 5, Cresta.
We couldn't afford that.
Could you not?
No.
You had to have a cheaper version.
We had to have Bar or Alpine. Delivered by the Davenports man. No less.
I was going to have a Davenport's question, but I didn't. Number 6, if you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. Jacob's Club. Mm-hmm. Number 6, Jacob's Club, or just Club will do. Number 7, were you truly wafted here from paradise? Nah, Luton Airport was Campari.
Yeah.
Number 7, Campari. So the vermouth, was it, or?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Spirit, Cinzano-y type vermouth, yeah.
Number 8, tell them about the honey mummy, was Sugar Puffs. Number 8, Sugar Puffs. Number 9, the milk thieves that Unigate urged us to watch out for. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. There's a Humphrey about. There were Humphreys. There weren't more than one of them.
They were just straws, weren't they?
Well, that's all you saw. You never actually saw the monsters.
Yeah, you didn't see them.
You just saw.
Wasn't it scary for little children?
The stripe, yeah, red and white stripe.
Can you just quickly read number 5 again?
The answer to number 5, Cresta.
Cresta Pop.
Cresta Pop. Number 10, who said make someone happy with a phone call? It was Busby, and here he is. Here he comes.
Ta-da.
Busby! Because of course DJ Nigel's surname and mine is now obviously Busby, but spelled with an S. But you did have a Busby soap, didn't you, from your childhood? But that, I think it started disintegrating.
Well, I did, yes. And in answer to someone's question, I still have my Busby mug, which is still going strong.
Yes.
So yes, right.
Rightio. So going back, did anyone guess who coined the slogan "Made to make your mouth water"? I shall tell you, it was Murray Walker.
We had someone think it was Alec Isignosis, or whatever you pronounce it. The guy who invented the Mini. No, Murray Walker, the commentator of Formula 1.
Commentator.
So, yes.
He actually apparently coined that slogan. Isn't that amazing? Right, let us know how you're doing on your scores. So if you want to... Do you want the scores out of 10? Because it gets confusing if you're having cumulative scores.
Yes, just the scores out of 10.
Just scores for round 2, please, if you want to pop them in the comments. And our next round... Oh,
someone has said, could they have the point if you said BT instead of Busby? Because he was a BT advert. Yeah, he was a BT advert, so I think that's allowable.
Well, hang on, it wasn't BT then, was it? It was Post Office Telecommunications, but I'll let you have it, because he's BT. He was BT come the 1980s.
She's on the right sort of lines, yes. I think that's fair.
Yes.
So... unless she's equal first at the top of the table, in which case we might have to have a steward's inquiry.
Maybe half a point.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so back in the 70s it was Post Office Telecommunications. It was Post Office and what is now BT and now Royal Mail. They're all one company.
Mm. Oh, Jane, can you give us your score for your first round? I haven't got that in the thing here. And
what?
Also, Sue and Pete, score for the first round, please.
Right, our next round, I'm not going to start it yet because I know DJ Nigel is taking the scores. Next round is going to be on toys and household products, household goods. So, yes.
Oh, Margaret's got 7 out of 10.
Oh,
Yay!
Margaret, yay!
Oh, brilliant news. Oh.
If you want to pop and get yourself a drink or a snack or whatever.
Have a bath.
It's not going to take that long.
It might do. There's a lot of these firing in.
We shall resume in a couple of minutes, so you can have a little break.
No, I'm nearly done. I'm just scribbling them down here, so when they start sort of drying up, I'll go through the leaderboard.
Righty-ho.
Oh, Amanda's slightly redeemed herself with a creditable 6.
Yes,
that's good. Yeah. Jane Roger is on. Where's Jane gone? There she is. Jane is on a 7, giving her 15.5. That's good scoring. Stevie D and Graz are on 5. Where are they? Now you see, they're all into the sort of 70s and retro stuff. So I had thought when I saw his name that he would be nailing this quiz. Just goes to show. I think he's slightly younger than us. Oh, Lynette and Perry on 9, giving him a 17.
That's a good score.
And Margaret R. Other Margaret R. Sorry, they're both Margaret R's. Margaret Rennie.
Yes, anyway, thank you all for joining us. We will resume in a minute or two onto the next round of the quiz. But just to let you know, and I've got to say, I mean, when DJ Nigel does his quizzes, it's all very flash. He's got all graphics and stuff going on. Me, I've just got, paper and a pen, a very nice pen off Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. And, yes, and when it comes to letting you know when the next events are, I've got one of these, remember them?
Retro diary.
So, for those who may be interested, next Friday, the 5th of February already, will be DJ Nigel's Birmingham quiz. Now, we realise this is a bit more niche, but since we're from Birmingham, yes, a Birmingham quiz, but I'm sure there's going to be questions there that non-Brummies will know. So that's next Friday, the 5th of February, 8 p.m, DJ Nigel's Birmingham quiz.
DJ Aussie's Birmingham quiz.
Oh, it's DJ Aussie's.
Yeah.
See, I've written it down incorrectly in my diary. DJ Aussie's quiz. Friday the 12th of February, I'll be back with my retro music quiz. So it'll be 60s, 70s and 80s music, pop and rock. That's the 12th of February. 19th of February, DJ Aussie's rock quiz. And then, yes, we'll be doing more quizzes, so please like us, follow us. Yes, and then you'll get to know when the quizzes are and when hopefully we can return to doing the DJing in the pubs and bars of Birmingham and Solihull. You'll get to know when those events are on as well. So we're really missing that, but obviously we've all got to try and stay safe and abide by the rules and look forward to happier times, eh?
Yes.
In the meantime, we'll look back at happy times. Mm-hmm. Right, shall I, how are you doing with the scores, DJ Nigel?
Stressful,
stressful.
Leslie Clark, 7. Okay.
We shall get on with the next round in a mo.
Yeah.
In fact, I will have to because it's...
Paula and Garvin and Ethan at 8, so 10.5. That's redeemed themselves.
7 minutes to 9, so I need to be getting on.
Oh, Phil Bebbington missed out on the Lorraine Chase one. Other than that, he did well, so that's good news for him.
Right, you carry on taking the scores and I'll get on with the next round.
Well, I'm nearly done now, so
okay.
It's just 2 seconds. Jane, 5 on first round, so 14. Okay. Well done, Amy. Considering you are the youth of the team that is on here tonight, you've got a creditable score, 6 out of 10 and 5 out of 10. So
that's
good.
Very good.
So let me go through as I know them as we stand. So we have got, I believe this is right. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but I've got Andy and Vanessa in the lead on 17.5.
Previous winners.
Previous winners and winners of the bottle of Ouzo. Then we've got several people on 17. Lynette and Perry, their team on 17, who won the DJ Aussie's Robocop DVD. We've got Stacey, 17. We've got Phil and Bev on 17.
Oh, some good scores.
Oh, yeah. And then there's quite a few people on sort of, there's Angela Webb on 16, and quite a few people on 15 and a half, all lining up sort of behind, and then everybody else is on sort of 10, 11, 12. So,
well
done
everyone so far.
I believe in pole position it is Andy and Vanessa. So if anyone thinks they've got more than that, just let me know.
Right, I'm going to crack on with round number 3, which is toys and household goods. So, number 1. What was the table tennis-like 2D game that was launched in 1972? It was the first commercially successful arcade game, and its popularity convinced Atari to make a home version in 1976. I can remember having that when we got our new telly. I was so excited. It's like a new world. So what's the name of that game? So to repeat question 1, what was the table tennis-like 2D game that was launched in 1972 and was the first commercially successful arcade game? Its popularity convinced Atari to make a home version in 1975.
I've got to tell you this. Jane Rogers just fessed up that her husband has ordered a diary, a paper diary like yours, like you showed. I'm guessing it was cheap because it's arrived. He's accidentally ordered last year's. How can you accidentally order? Oh dear me.
But the thing is, the cheek of some sellers to actually be selling last year's diary.
Well, I suppose you could like manually amend it with, you know.
Oh gosh, you'd have to amend every
single page.
every day, wouldn't you?
Oh dear. Did he wonder why it was only 50p or something?
That is very, very amusing. Right, question number 2. Invented by, I'm probably pronouncing this incorrectly, Aquilino Cassani of the Italian company Ledragoma, and introduced into the UK in 1969, which 24 to 28 inch diameter toy became an iconic symbol of the 1970s. And if you don't get this one, you shouldn't be on this quiz.
Is it that?
What are you doing?
Huh? It's not that then.
It's
okay. Yeah, I know what it is. I thought it was that.
diameter.
Oh, yeah.
Diameter.
Yeah, oh, yes.
So it's got to be round in some way, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's number 2. Invented by Aquilino Cassani of the Italian company Ledragoma and introduced in the UK in 1969, which 24-inch to 28-inch diameter toy became an iconic symbol of the 1970s. I guess you can still get them today, can't you?
I believe you can, yes.
I think when the children were young,
we had one.
Yeah,
we had one. Yeah. Great.
Our children are all grown up now. Well, not that grown up.
Yeah.
But they're at university, so not grown up.
I think Jane's trying to crack on that that it was Amazon sent this by mistake.
Right.
Not a mistake made by her beloved husband. So,
so you should be able to get a refund then.
Well, I would have thought so.
Yes. Number 3. What was a British fashion doll that was launched in the 1960s as a rival to Barbie? It was the best-selling toy in the UK of 1970.
This isn't the boy version, is it? This is
a girl.
A girl.
One.
Oh, okay.
I had one of these.
Oh, did you?
It was a bit more prim and proper than Barbie. I don't think she exposed so much flesh, or should I say so much plastic.
You should say Barbie's a bit of a slacker.
Oh dear. So that's number 3. What was a British fashion doll that was launched in the 60s as a rival to Barbie? It was the best-selling toy in the UK of 1970. What was her name? Number 4. This is one that's still going strong. Which toy won the Toy Retailer Associator's Toy of the Year Award in 1974 for the family set, 1975 for the basic set, and again in 1979 for their space set? What toy, what brand? That's question 4. Which toy won the Toy Retailers Association's Toy of the Year Award in 1974 for the family set, 1975 for the basic set, and again in 1979 with their space set? It's a brand, a very well-known brand. Number 5, another one that's still going strong. Which outdoor game was introduced to the UK in 1973? It's a South African invention, apparently, and had sold over 10 million units worldwide by 2010. I don't know how many it's sold now, but it's still going strong. My daytime job is as a gardener, and I've been to a fair few gardens with this item in it. So that's number 5. Which outdoor game was introduced to the UK in 1975 and has sold over 10 million units worldwide by 2010?
You're laughing at Leslie's joke.
Yeah.
She's lowering the tone of it, but that is quite funny.
Oh dear.
You'll make Penny blush now.
Number 6. Now we've got to be very serious for this. The game of the year for 1973 was a 2-player board game. It shares its name with the British television game show, which is still going, although the two concepts are completely different. What is the game? What is the TV show, even? It's the same answer.
Mm-hmm. Could you quickly repeat question 5 for
Question
Amy?
5. Which outdoor game was introduced to the UK in 1973? It's a South African invention and has sold over 10 million units worldwide by 2010. And to repeat question 6, the game of the year for 1973 was a 2-player board game. It shares its name with the British television game show, although the two concepts are completely different. What is it?
Lots of comments from the ladies on here about that British version of the doll.
Oh yes.
Yes. Lots of comments. They haven't revealed who it is, so they've been very good. But they're all fessing up to having it, and the horse and the boyfriend and various other things that went with said doll. Stevie has asked if we can have question 4 repeated.
Question
please.
4.
Yeah.
Which toy won the Toy Retailer Association's Toy of the Year Award in 1974 for the family set, in 1975 for the basic set, and again in 1979 for the space set? So, it's a brand, and it's still going strong.
Very much so. So that was question 4.
And finally, for the toys, we're going to go on to some household items after, but for the toys. Ideal Toys introduced a toy stunt cycle in 1973, named after which American motorcycle stunt performer?
Ooh, everyone's going to get that one.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
You throw in an easy one every now and again, don't you?
Yeah.
Just to give some people hope. I don't mean Margaret. Don't look at me
Margaret's
like that.
doing well.
Margaret's doing well, yeah. Margaret's not
For those people who haven't been on before, Margaret is brilliant. She comes on all our quizzes.
She's a gem,
She's
Margaret is.
been on lots of our live stream music events.
And bought us a pen as well.
And
bought
us 2 pens.
2 pens, one black, one
mine.
white. Yeah.
And she doesn't always do that brilliantly at the quizzes, but she still participates, and that's what we love. You know, it's the taking part that counts. So thank you, Margaret, and thank you to everyone who's taking part. It's all a bit of fun, isn't it?
Mm.
So to repeat number 7, Ideal Toys introduced the toy stunt cycle in 1973, named after which American motorcycle stunt performer? Right. Question number 8. Goblin was the leading manufacturer of which luxury household item in the 1970s that would help the owners start the day refreshed? So that's number 8. Goblin was the leading manufacturer of which luxury household item in the 1970s that would help the owners start the day refreshed? Question number 9. Which 1950s invention became very popular in the 1970s when it was seen as a status symbol for the lower middle class housewives? This is what it said on Google. I'm not categorising anyone. Who entertained? So that's question number 9. What 1950s invention became popular in the 1970s when it was seen as a status symbol for housewives who liked to entertain? Apparently, if you had one of these, those that did not have one would feel left out and a bit resentful.
Mm.
Apparently.
Better get one then. I'm probably getting for about a £5 now. Any junk shop.
And finally, for this round 3, number 10. So the audio cassette was originally developed in the 1960s for dictation machines. Excuse me. But improvements in the 1970s led to the format being taken seriously for musical use, and hi-fi cassette players became very popular with consumers as a convenient and portable way of recording and playing music. One of those improvements was a noise reduction system. What was its name? So that's question number 10. The cassette tape was originally developed in the 1960s for dictation machines, but improvements in the 1970s led to it being used for music, and it became a very popular way to record and play music. It was convenient, it was portable. But one of those improvements, so one of the improvements was that they changed the tape. So it used to be iron oxide, was it? Yes. And then they brought in chrome tape. So that was one of the big improvements to make it better. But the other main improvement was a noise reduction system. What's the name of the noise reduction system?
Oh, Phil Bebbington, our 600 follower, has mentioned something that's probably true. That's on Bullseye, the answer to your question about what the modern housewife would add, or whatever it was.
Oh, yes.
That piece of equipment was probably one of these star prizes.
Oh, yes. And I think the question number 8 was often a prize on the Generation Game.
Oh, yes, on the Generation Game as well. Yes, yes.
So, number 9, because it was a bit bigger, it might have been Bullseye. And number 8, the Generation Game, because it would fit on the conveyor belt.
And we've had one final request for a repeat of question 1, if you don't mind.
Question 1. What was the table tennis-like 2D game that was launched in 1972? It was the first commercially successful arcade game, and its popularity convinced Atari to make a home version in 1975. You could play it on the TV. It was wonderful. I mean, the first game of that of that genre, isn't it?
Oh, we seem to be having a fair few technical difficulties tonight. Jane has asked for question 4.
Oh, question 4 again.
Question
okay.
4. Okay, no
Are we
problem.
having some problems with
I think so. It must be, yeah.
Okay.
Bit of a problem
So
with it.
number 4, which toy won the Toy of the Year award in 1974 for the family set, 1975 for the basic set, and 1979 for the space set? So what was a toy? What was a brand? A brand that is still going. Right, I'll give you a minute or so. I'll have a little sip of my wine.
So we've done the wine, we've done the cars. What's oh, here we go. Here's a question for you. So, what was your favourite 70s TV programme?
Oh, well, TV's coming up in the next round, so let's not ask that.
Okay, we won't do that.
In case
In
case anyone gives an answer.
Yes, they probably will, won't they?
Yeah.
Forget that question. Don't answer that one because we're probably going to answer all of Penny's questions. What question could I ask while they're getting ready? I suppose what was your favourite 70s band is a good question.
Yeah, what was your favourite 70s musical artist or band? Yes.
Yeah. So forget the TV shows because we're going to probably answer all the questions by doing that. So
although there are so many 70s.
What was your favourite 70s Bowie? I suppose.
David Bowie.
David Bowie, yeah. I like Queen.
And Queen.
Queen, yeah.
David Bowie and Queen.
Yeah, they're very much in the 70s, weren't they?
Yes. And I liked ABBA at the time. I still do like ABBA.
No, this is telling because when I was a little boy in the 70s, I really liked Gary Glitter.
Oh dear.
And obviously, he's not to be liked anymore because he's like a naughty bloke, isn't he?
Yes.
So, yeah.
More than naughty.
Oh, we got Steve Doherty likes ELO.
ELO,
Dave,
yes.
Yeah.
They were big.
Lisa Hayter is a Bay City Rollers fan.
Yeah,
BAYCITY. Oh, no. WLERS. Anyway, Led Zeppelin, Bernice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, nothing wrong with a bit of Led Zeppelin.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, meet Margaret. Margaret has got her own back here. Meatloaf. Now, that's a little joke, that is, because we're not fans of Meatloaf. And when we threw our disco night open to request, what did we get? Requests for Meatloaf.
Yeah.
And I turned around and said, no, we can't play it because we haven't got it. And then in the post the next week, someone who was listening to our live stream ordered it off eBay, and it got delivered, so I couldn't.
So we had to play it.
Yeah, I couldn't not play it.
And David Cassidy and Donny Osmond. Yeah, I remember when I first heard Puppy Love, and I remember saying to my mum, "Is it a girl?" Because obviously his voice hadn't broken. I hadn't seen him at that point. I'd only heard the song.
Leif Garrett, bloody hell, Angela.
Gosh.
God, I remember him. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa said she used to like the Glitter Band. Well, we did. It was like we were all innocent.
The music was fun.
It was quite catchy.
Yeah, we did.
AC/DC, Tony Joyce. Oh, okay.
Boney
M, Leslie, Boney M. By the rivers of Babylon. Right then, Pen. I think we're all.
My screen's just
frozen.
Frozen.
Oh, you're also having internet problems. By the sounds of it.
Yeah, your internet connection was restored, so there are some internet connection problems.
We are. Right.
Okay then. So the answers to round 3. Right, number 1, the table tennis like 2D game. Pong, not ping, but pong. Number 1, the answer Pong.
I'm sure we had that at school.
Oh right.
I'm sure we did. And we had a chess game as well.
Mm-hmm. Number 2. Invented by Aquilino Casani, which 24 to 28 inch diameter toy became an iconic symbol of the 70s. It was, of course, the Space Hopper.
Yes.
Number 2, Space Hopper. Number 3, the British fashion doll that was a rival to Barbie. That was Cindy. Number 3, Cindy. Number 4, the Toy of the Year award was won in 1974, 1975 and 1979 by Lego. The answer to number 4 is Lego. I love my Lego.
And the other one, similar sort of thing, building things, Meccano.
Yes.
I mean, that was ace, that was.
Yes.
Great.
Well, I didn't have Meccano, but I did have Lego. Number 5, the outdoor game that was introduced to the UK in 1973, swing ball. Number 5, swing ball. Number 6, the game of the year for 1973, the two-player board game that shares its name with a British television game show, Mastermind. Oh, that's what I was going to get. I was going to get
Mastermind.
because I've still got the original box. I'll get that in a moment. While DJ Nigel's totting up the scores. Number 7, the Ideal Toys stunt cycle. Evil Knievel.
You used to have to wind it up.
Yeah.
You used to zzz, and then let it go, and you used to jump.
I saw the adverts.
You used to jump over a book, or in my case, your brother. Not your brother, my brother.
Next time, I've got a brother.
One's
It'd be
brother,
a miracle if you.
One's brother, and you used to try and wind it up just significantly less than needed, so that it landed on him.
and disturbed him.
Well, yeah.
So number 7, Evil Knievel. Number 8, Goblin was the leading manufacturer of which luxury household item in the 1970s that would help the owners start the day afresh? It was the Tease Maid. Number 8, the Tease Maid. Now it's actually spelt Teasmade, not MAID.
Oh, that's a bit odd, isn't it?
MADE. You can have a point either way because we can't see your spelling, can we? But yeah.
I would have thought it would have been the other one.
Tease Maid.
Oh, is that what it means? Not the maid who makes the tea
Yeah.
in the middle of the night while you're asleep, probably setting on fire your bedroom in the process. Bloody dangerous thing, that is.
But yes, that used to crop up on the Generation Game conveyor belt, didn't it? Yeah. Right, number 9, the 1950s invention that became popular in the 70s as a status symbol for housewives who liked to entertain was the hostess trolley. Number 9, the hostess trolley. So it says here, the housewives would cook huge meals, slaving away in the kitchen for hours, and then wheel in the trolley when guests arrived, creating the illusion that no effort had been involved.
I bet Stevie DeVito sells these, you know. It's the kind of thing he'd have in his retro antique shop. Dawn has said, Dawn from north of the border has said that her mum still has one.
Oh.
And I don't know whether she still makes use of it, but she certainly still has one.
My mum wanted to get one. Oh, did my mum have one at
She did have one. She did. Yeah. I remember your mum had one.
Yeah. This was after the 70s. It was later she got hers. But yeah. Number 10, the compact tape or audio cassette. It was developed in the 1960s for dictation machines, but improvements in the 70s led to it being taken seriously for musical use, not musical youth, musical use.
Seen them and all. Oh,
so one of the improvements was the introduction of chrome tapes. The other was the noise reduction system, Dolby. To be precise, for consumer use rather than professional use, it was Dolby Type B. But Dolby is all we're looking for the answer. So, yes, tot up your scores. DJ, let us know what they are. Yes. DJ Nigel is going to be making a note of them.
While you disappear off.
I'm going to get my mastermind.
Be careful you don't knock all the little bits on the floor.
Yeah.
Keep the lid on. Oh, Bernice. No, wow, they're firing them in already. 9 for Bernice. That's a good score, Bernice. Well done. Wow, got high scores in this round. Steve, 10 out of 10. Woohey. First full score, Lionel 9. Where's Lionel gone? He's down here somewhere. Jane has got 10, well done. And here comes Penny with the said game.
Right. Now this is original, and this I've had since I was a child. So look at that. I can't tip it up too. Oh, I've got to keep it closed. You can see where we put some tape on when we moved house, so we didn't lose.
Yeah.
New original Mastermind. There you are. Awarded Game of the Year.
Does it say what year? No.
It doesn't give. Well, no, it doesn't give the year. But there you are, Mastermind.
Phil said Bev's mum's got a hostess trolley. It tripped out the electrics at Christmas.
I shall be
How
back.
funny is that?
I shall be back momentarily.
Just imagine that. Bang. Oh, 8 out of 10, Amanda. That's better. Phil B, 9. Is it 9 each round then, Phil? Yeah, you got 9 each round. Jane Roger is... where's Jane Roger gone on this sheet? Here she is. 8. Nick, 9. James. Oh, well done, James. You know all your toys then from that decade. Margaret, 3. Margaret. It's a taking part that counts, Margaret. Gaz and Lynn, 8 out of 10. Phil, you're confusing me with your French here, my friend. Nerf. Gary, Jane and Gary. Jane and Gary. Jane and Gary, 8.5. Amy, 17 so far. Where's Amy gone? She is. Oh, right. Paula and Garvin got a 10 on that round. That's excellent scoring. Steve, 7 for round 3. Steve D, 7. That's consistent. About the same sort of scoring. Team Wazzers on 9. Louise there. Where's Louise gone on my sheet? Next time, you know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to write them in alphabetical order if I can. Yeah. Yeah. Louise, 9. Oh, born in the 70s, eh, Louise?
Right, I'm back.
Oh, John has gotten 10 on that one. That's fantastic.
Wow.
He got 9 really. I can't understand what he's talking about here. He's got 9 really, but he's saying it's 10 because he's carried a point over from last round. So Paula Jones has got Mastermind. Oh, everyone's got Mastermind. Well, a lot of people got Mastermind.
It's a brilliant game.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Market 13.
Yeah. Phil says you should get a spreadsheet, yes.
Well, do you know, that is true.
Right, but they didn't have them in the 1970s, so we can't. For this quiz.
Yes, we got to stick to the format.
Yeah, you've got to stick to the era.
Right.
Right, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've either scrolled off the top and missed a few people, or they haven't put them in. Stacey was one of the people in the lead. I need to just find hers. 26. Angela Webb. Don't think I've got hers here. Right. Let's do another thing where we ask people for stuff that they did. So,
right, okay.
So let's do should we do a perfumey one? What, aftershave and perfume? Or have we done that?
We've
done that.
Have you got many more to go? Oh, you haven't.
Well, yes.
Well, no, you haven't got that many. You've just got lots to tot up.
Yes.
Right, we will resume very soon, folks. Have no fear. It's going to be television next.
3. Nick has got 29.
Get yourselves another drink. We'll get going in another couple of minutes. I know we're going to overrun, aren't we? We often do on my quizzes because, I rabbit on so much, don't I? But also because DJ Nigel is...
slow.
to be fair to DJ Nigel, we've got so many people on the quiz this week that it's taken a long time for him to add everything up and get all the scores in. So
right, I think I've got the leaderboard here.
Right,
now,
okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but I think Andy and Vanessa are in the lead with 27.5. Then there's several people on 27. So Lynette and Perry, I believe you're on 27. So you two are second, equal with Phil B. Then we've got Phil and Bev on 26.
Excellent.
Dawn and Tony on 25. And Jane Cooper on 24. And then everyone else is sort of lining up just behind that. Oh, Bernice is on 24 as well. So
marvellous.
That's the leaderboard as far as I'm aware. So if anyone thinks that they've got more points than 27.5, shout up. But as I believe it's Andy and Vanessa in pole position at the moment. So,
I know what I was going to do.
As I say, it's hard to keep track of this because what happens is as you type the scores, they scroll up the top and I'm having to sort of try and scroll down. And as soon as I scroll down, someone else puts their score and it scrolls back up again. So it's very hard. So what you got there?
A Ladybird book. Remember these, folks? Ladybird books, they obviously were going before this 70s, but... yes, I got this second hand, but I actually had it at the time, back in the 70s I had. Lovely. Lovely illustrations. I remember these illustrations very well. My favourite. You'll recognise this one, Nigel.
Will I? Okay.
Oh yeah, one of my favourites was the Pine Martin.
Oh, yes.
Never seen one in real life, but...
Didn't see that, no, I've never seen one either. No.
Oh, look. Hedgehogs. Oh.
Right then,
you still having hedgehogs visiting Phil?
Oh, yes. Phil, our friend down in Bicester, has got a hedgehog hole in his fence and a hedgehog sort of, I don't know what you call it really, hedgehog house in his garden. So, yeah.
Oh, yes. Anyway, right, let us continue.
On.
Our final round, I'll try and go through a little quicker, shall I? Because we're overrunning. But, if people are happy. Right, TV. So this is actually in chronological order. Number 1. Which TV comedy sketch show started in 1970 and ran until 1982? Its members had been part of the Cambridge University Footlights Club. Memorable episodes included Kung Fu Capers and Kitten Kong. So that's question 1. Which TV comedy sketch show started in 1970 and ran until 1982? Its members had been part of the Cambridge University Footlights Club. Memorable episodes included Kung Fu Capers and Kitten Kong. Question number 2. Which British television drama series, produced by London Weekend Television, started in 1971 and ran for 68 episodes divided into 5 series on ITV from 71 until 1975? It was set in a large townhouse in Belgravia in central London between the years 1903 and 1930. And there was a more recent series a few years ago. So that's question number 2. Which British television drama series, produced by London Weekend Television, started in 1971 and ran for 68 episodes from 71 to 75? It was set in a large townhouse in Belgravia in central London between the years 1903 and 1930. And this was one of my favourite drama shows in the 1970s. I used to watch this.
Not that that's any help to anyone on here.
No, I've actually got a DVD of it. I've a DVD. I've got the DVD box set.
Yeah.
Some very memorable characters. Number 3. The pilot episode of which David Croft and Jeremy Lloyd sitcom was first broadcast as a filler programme during the 1972 Summer Olympics. The first series aired the following year and the last one in 1985. That's number 3. The pilot episode of which David Croft and Jeremy Lloyd sitcom was first broadcast as a filler programme during the 1972 Summer Olympics. The first series aired the following year and the last one in 1985. Right, number 4, and this again takes me back to my childhood. 1973 saw the last broadcast of what type of programme on the BBC? Popular titles were The Homemade Car, Boulong and Bowler, Crown of Glass, Evoluon, One Jump Ahead, which is about the GPO, Pantelitron, It's a Tube That Makes a Colour, Cantagello and Giuseppina. They've been regularly transmitted since 1956. They were repeated in daytime television. Before you had daytime television, this is what was shown. So that's question number 4. 1973 saw the last broadcast of what type of programme on the BBC? They had been transmitted regularly since 1956. They were repeated on a regular basis in daytime TV. And they had a specific purpose. It wasn't watched with mother. Number 5. Originally produced as a Midlands regional programme for ATV from 1974, what did "Tis Was" stand for?
Are you going to give them half a point because everyone sort of slips up?
Yes, there is a correct one and there's one that's slightly out, so they can have half a point if they get the other version.
Yes.
So that's number 5, originally produced as a Midlands regional programme for ATV from 1974. What did "Tis Was" stand for? Of course, it went on the other ITV networks later on. It became a very popular children's programme. I loved it. It's brilliant. It's just
a compost corner.
Compost corner. Trevor McDonald's.
Yeah. Spit the dog.
Yeah. Oh, it's fabulous.
Oh,
it's so irreverent, wasn't it? It's like completely different to Blue Peter, wasn't it? It was like chalk and cheese.
And they used to, funny enough, that programme, you used to have people who wrote in wanting to be in the cage. And
in the cage,
Lenny Henry chucked buckets of water over them.
Then they had the bucket of water song.
The bucket of water. The Pants and Flan Flinger.
Yeah.
Pants and Flan Flinger.
Oh, happy days, eh? Oh.
He was a legend, he was. A bit like the Stig. No one ever knew who he was.
Yeah.
Or Kendo Nagasaki from the wrestling. Yeah. No one knew. No one knew who he was.
See, this is part quiz, part just
education.
reminiscing, isn't it?
Part dragging up the memories.
Right, number 6. Which British television police drama focusing on 2 members of the Flying Squad, a branch of the Metropolitan Police specialising in tackling armed robbery and violent crime in London, started in 1975. I should have put a comma there.
Andy from Tamworth, Andy Vanessa, his best mate got pulled out of a bin by his ears on Tiswas.
And do you remember when they had the prizes and that? And
cabbage.
Cabbage.
And a toilet roll. I'll tell you what, a toilet roll nowadays would be a good prize. Maybe people would be having that. Better than the rubbish you got on Bullseye.
So, to repeat question 6, which British television police drama focusing on 2 members of the Flying Squad started in 1975? Number 7. Which long-running British television programme started in 1976? At its peak in the early 80s, it was drawing audiences of over 8 million. Phrases used by the contestants included come by, away, stand, get back, in here, walk up, take time, that'll do.
I can't believe you used to watch that. I used to watch that as well. Unbelievable. So rubbish. I used to watch in the 70s. Highlight of the 70s was, I think it was, I think Ski Sunday used to be on. I used to watch Ski Sunday. David Vine. There you go. If you've seen one person ski down a hill,
you've seen
within a second of everybody else, you've seen everyone. What you used to watch it for was someone falling over.
Falling over, yeah.
That's what you used to watch it for. Oh, yes.
So to pick question 7, which long-running British television programme started in 1976? At its peak in the early 80s, it was drawing audiences of over 8 million. Phrases used by the contestants included come by, away, stand, get back, in here, walk up, take time, that'll do.
There's a lot of whistling went on in that programme as well, as I recall. Well, that's a supplementary clue. Not giving it away.
It's a big clue.
Well, like yours isn't.
Number 8. Aardman Animation's first character appeared from 1977 in which children's TV programme about art? That's number 8. Aardman Animation's first character appeared from 1977 in which children's TV programme about art? Number 9. What was the British TV game show, which was apparently based on the Spanish one, comprised a quiz, variety and a game show in one programme, and was made by Yorkshire Television for ITV, running for 10 years from 1978.
Did you say you were going to mention the host?
Shall I mention the host?
The host? No, not the
host.
No,
the host, Ted Rogers.
Yes, they are. Hosted by Ted Rogers.
So that's number 9. What was the British game show, hosted by Ted Rogers, that comprised a quiz, variety and a game show in one programme and was made by Yorkshire Television for ITV, running for 10 years from 1978? And finally, for the final round, question number 10. First transmitted in 1979, which highly acclaimed natural history series established David Attenborough not only as the foremost television naturalist, but also as an iconic figure in British cultural life. No less. So that's question number 10. First transmitted in 1979, which highly acclaimed natural history series established David Attenborough not only as the foremost television naturalist, but also as an iconic figure in British cultural life. I'm thinking of the Gorillas.
Oh, yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, gosh, yeah.
Right.
Right, we'll have
while you're finalising the answers,
we'll have another little thing.
I need to top up my glass.
No, you don't. We
Oh yes, I
so
do.
let's have a little roundup of so what we've had. We've had cars, we've had aftershaves and perfumes, we've had toys that people had. We've I'll tell you what we could do. Let's have a little roundup of American cop shows.
American cop shows. You see, I've actually deliberately this time I've put up British TV shows. I haven't done any films or any American ones, but I am planning on doing another one of these quizzes in 4 weeks' time, so I could be doing other genres.
Yes. I'll start off with Cagney and Lacey. Oh, we've had a request for question 3, by the way, so let's just quickly do question 3.
The pilot episode of which David Croft and Jeremy Lloyd sitcom was first broadcast as a filler programme during the 1972 Summer Olympics. The first series aired the following year, and the last one in 1985.
Yes, you've been rumbled here. Phil is saying there's no R in glass. Oh, everywhere, yes. Everyone, you were trying to put on your posh voice. Hawaii 5-0 Dukes of Hazzard. It wasn't a cop show, was it? The Dukes of Hazzard. More of a sort of a. Well, I suppose there was a cop in it, but they were like crooks, weren't they? Running moonshine.
I never watched it.
Now here's one that people haven't mentioned yet.
Go on.
Petrocelli. Now I used to love Petrocelli. He never managed to finish his house off.
Oh.
And also the Rockford Files.
Oh.
The Rockford Files.
What?
You
what's
got
the one?
Kojak.
So you got the private detectives and that as well, haven't you? What was the one with the parrot, with the cockatoo?
Parrot?
No, it was a cockatoo, the white cockatoo. I like that. I can't think what it was called now.
Parrot.
What was the
cop show? You had a parrot. Are you making this up?
Cockatoo. You know,
wow. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
70s. Oh gosh.
I remember Cannon. I remember Columbo. Obviously, I don't think he had a cockatoo.
It sat on his shoulder.
No.
It's like his buddy, his mate.
Rockford Files, no.
Because he was obviously an excuse, so he had, rather than talking to himself, he could talk
Dixon
to
of
his
Dock
birds.
Green.
No, it's American.
Oh, sorry, American. Oh, hang on, we've got Beretta the cockatoo.
Beretta?
Oh,
Beretta?
was that the name of the show?
Beretta. That was it, yeah.
Z-Cars, yeah.
See, I hadn't made it up.
Oh, okay. Animal Magic, Paula, he's not an American cop show.
It was a great... It
was a great show, but it wasn't an American cop show. Quincy, yes, that's come on. Yeah, Quincy. Yes, Starsky and Hutch is the most popular, I think, yes. And I asked a question in my 80s quiz as to who was their uber cool, streetwise snitch.
I got tangled.
Who was Starsky and Hutch's uber cool, streetwise snitch? And that was a question that came up in mine. So, Beretta, yeah, everyone's saying Beretta.
Yeah, there you see, I hadn't made it up.
I've never heard of it with a cockatoo on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look at that afterwards.
There you go.
I shall Google that. Right, I think...
Right, shall I reveal the answers
yes,
to the television?
Mike's got my little question correct. Huggy Bear was the super cool snitch and part-time drug dealer.
Okie dokie, I'm gonna get on with the answers now. So, number one, the TV comedy sketch show that started in 1970 ran until 82. Members had been part of the Cambridge University Footlights Club. It wasn't Monty Python, because that started in the 60s. It was the Goodies. Goody, yum. So number one, the Goodies.
Yes, that Cat Kong gave it away, didn't it? You remember that then?
Kitten Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. The giant kitten like King Kong on the Empire State Building. It was completely surreal. I loved it. Number two, which British television drama series produced by London Weekend Television started in 71, ran for 68 episodes until 75? It was Upstairs Downstairs. Number two, Upstairs Downstairs. Mr. Hudson, Mrs. Bridges, Rose. I thought the downstairs was far more interesting than the upstairs. I could probably relate to them better, couldn't I?
Well, yes.
I love that. Got it on DVD now. Number three. The pilot episode of which David Croft and Jeremy Lloyd sitcom was first broadcast in 72. The first series aired in 73 and finished in 85. It was Are You Being Served? Number three, Are You Being Served? Number four, the 1973 saw the last broadcast of what type of programme for the BBC? Popular titles were The Homemade Car, Boulong and Bowler, Crown of Glass, which was, I think, about Liverpool Cathedral, Evoluon, which was about a technology exhibition in, was it in Belgium or the Netherlands? One Jump Ahead, which was about the post office, Pantelitron, it's a tube that makes a colour, Cantagella and Giuseppina. It was the BBC Trade Test colour film. If you just put colour film or BBC Trade Test colour film, if you've got any of that, give yourself a point. So they were actually broadcast in the daytime so that TV engineers could tune in your new colour TV set.
Oh, is that what they do?
That's what it was for. So you know how you had the test card thing, the girl with the clown doll and the
Noughts and Crosses game. Yeah.
Well, it was a step up from that, so they could tune in the colours and everything, so you didn't have ghosting and the colours weren't all weird.
You would still have ghosting, but
good luck with that. So the trade test colour film. Number 5, Tiswas stood for This is Saturday, Watch and Smile. So Tiswas stood for This is Saturday, Watch and Smile. If you've got that, give yourself a point. If you had put This is Saturday, Wear a Smile, you can have half a point.
Or Watch and See was the other one.
Or Watch and See. Yeah. So if you've got today's Saturday but some other variation, give yourself half a point. Number 6, which British television police drama focused on 2 members of the flying squad. Those 2 members were Detective Inspector Jack Regan, played by John Thorpe, and Detective Sergeant George Carter, played by Dennis Waterman. It was The Sweeney. Number 6, The Sweeney. Number 7, the long-running British television programme that started in 1976. One Man and His Dog. Number 7 is One Man and His Dog, which is apparently still going, but not as a separate programme. It's now been incorporated into Country File, apparently.
Yes, I think it is. But it used to be all on its own.
Yes.
You used to spend hours watching this as someone rounding up a load of sheep. And or sometimes the sheep just running off, which was even more funnier. Getting all annoyed with his dog. One man and his ex-dog. Sometimes.
Number 8. Aardman Animations. Now this is making me think of Shaun the Sheep. We've just had One Man and His Dog, and now I'm talking Aardman Animations.
Yes.
I'm thinking Shaun the Sheep. But Aardman Animations' first character appeared from 1977. It was Morph, and he appeared in Take Heart. So the answer you're looking for is Take Heart.
With Tony Hart.
With Tony Hart.
Yes. And there was a bloke who used to sort of, I don't think it was Tony Hart, it was someone else in a white coat, who used to draw a great big picture on the ground with like a thing that you used to mark out tennis court lines with.
I only vaguely remember
it. He used to draw a great big massive picture of something or another.
I only vaguely remember it. I was probably just slightly too old to take an interest in that programme.
And we used to sit there and watch this this rubbish, and
is that why you're so artistic today?
that explains a lot, doesn't it, really, about my artistic qualities.
Excuse us, everyone, while we have a little conversation. You can join in.
Wilf Lon, that was him. Wilf Lon Leslie, that is exactly it, yes. And he used to go around with this blooming thing that used to mark out lines on a tennis court. Everyone's loving it. Oh, Block Switch, what happened to Block Switch? Oh, Phil Drabble presented One Man and His Dog. Lived in Block Switch. Yes, yeah, Phil Drabble.
Phil Drabble, oh gosh. Oh, see, you...
do you know what? This is amazing, isn't it? Who needs Google?
We're all learning this from each other, aren't we? Or reminding each other.
Launch our own version of Google here.
Yeah. Number 9. The British game show that comprised a quiz, variety and a game show rolled into one programme. So there were 3 shows in one programme. It was... I can't do them.
Can you do...
No, I can't.
You can't do that.
Do it.
I'll have to come round.
Here comes Nigel.
Yes. Hello, everyone. It was...
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So Ted Rogers was the host. Dusty Bean was the booby prize. Now, I found this example because people said like the clues, the cryptic clues in the final round were like completely weird. So this is
Oh, you've got an example.
I've got an example. So here's a clue. Take one that never changes, add a pub and a precious stone, bring them all up to date, and now you're on your own.
And what was that a clue for?
Well, apparently lots of contestants rejected it, thinking it referred to Dusty Bin. So you're trying to guess if the clue was Dusty Bin, you'd reject it because you didn't want to win.
And he wanted
Dusty
to win
Bin.
the car. Yeah,
That's it.
The car. That's right.
So Roger's explanation of the clue was, take one that never changes. Well, that could be Dusty Bin, which of course is where you might throw a wishbone. Add a pub and a precious stone. Well, that doesn't point to Dusty. Bring them all up to date and now you're on your own. Well, what about the wishbone? Sonny said a large wishbone. So what might a large wishbone come from?
A turkey.
Something larger than a chicken? Turkey, maybe? Now, one that never changes is a constant. A pub can also be an inn. There's a lot of precious stones, but how many go with constant inn? How about opal? Yes, Constantinople.
Oh my God.
Up to date, the pride of Turkey. You've rejected a 3-2-1 holiday.
To Constantinople.
Constantinople.
Bloody hell. I mean, you know what? You would get a holiday in Constantinople from that.
Who would have got that? Hands up, who would have got that?
Well, that is just, my God. I'll tell you what, they should be shot, those researchers who come up with those garbage questions. Yeah.
Finally, the answer to number 10. First transmitted in 1979, which highly acclaimed natural history series established David Attenborough. It was Life on Earth. Number 10, Life on Earth. Please give us your scores.
Final scores.
Final scores. We will have a tie-break.
Yeah,
That's the word I'm looking for.
Tell us your scores. Tell us your final scores out of 40, because I'm having trouble keeping up with this. So I've given up on that idea. Oh, it's just too stressful. So So Angela, if you can tell us your scores out of 40, and Joe the lady, tell us your scores out of 40. So up to round 3, we had Andy and Vanessa on 27.5, just edging it over a couple of people who had 27. So if you give us your scores out of 40, that would be great. Lisa, 34. Right, okay. Lisa T.
Oh, my screen's frozen again.
Joe the lady.
Well, I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed the quiz, we will be back. So DJ Nigel has got... DJ Ozzy. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
See, because he's not in the room, I've forgotten about him. DJ Ozzy is going to be doing a Brummie quiz next Friday night. So obviously it's going to particularly appeal, hopefully, to people from Birmingham and the surrounding areas. But even if you're not from Birmingham or... know nothing about Birmingham, you could do a bit of research, couldn't you, over the next week and take part in the quiz. It's all a bit of fun. It'll all be lots of, banter and just an enjoyable distraction from these troubling times we're living in. So we've got that coming up next week. The following week will be my 60s, 70s and 80s music quiz. So taking in pop and rock from those 3 decades. I sometimes do a little bit of 50s, sometimes do a little bit of 90s. But yeah, pop and rock, 60s, 70s and 80s. Following week, what is the following week? Is it DJ Ozzy's Rock Quiz?
Rock Quiz, yeah.
DJ Ozzy's Rock Quiz. And then I'm coming back because this appears to have been popular and I've got so many questions still lined up. I'm going to do this again in 4 weeks' time. So if you've enjoyed this, come and join us again in 4 weeks' time. If you don't already like and follow us on Vinyl Revival, please do so. Then you'll know when events are coming up, you'll know when our quizzes are coming up, and when we can get back to doing the DJing, you'll know when we're booked in at the various venues like the Fieldhouse and Fletcher's Bar, Country Girl and other places in Birmingham and Solihull. So generally just please keep keep in contact, and it's great to have you joining us for the quizzes.
Well, we're going to do the roundup of the leaderboard and the overall winner. We have got an overall winner, but you're still going to do your tiebreaker anyway. So let me come around. So well done, Pen. That was a good quiz.
Thank you.
Lots of comments from people said they enjoyed it.
Yes.
So right then, here it is. So in reverse order, we have got one or two people on 34 in equal third place. We've got Lisa T, and then we've got Phil and Bev on 34. We've got Andy and Vanessa from Tamworth on 35, but sneaking up on the rails and sneaking in with a win of 36. Ooh. We've got Lynette and Perry.
Hey,
Congratulations, Lynette and Perry. Well
Excellent.
done on an excellent score. 36 out of 40 is phenomenally good for a quiz that goes all the way back to the 70s. So what good memories you have. So I'll hand back over to Penny, who will do the tiebreaker. If you want to stay on and do the tiebreaker, please do, because it's a last little bit of fun for tonight for our quiz.
Righty-ho then. So, okay. So, the tiebreaker, and I've got this from a statistics website, so I hope it's correct. We're looking for a percentage here. So, we're looking at telephones. So, in 1970, 35% of UK households had a landline. But in 1980, what percentage of UK households had a landline? What had it gone up to? So, don't put your answers quite yet.
Yes, hang on a minute.
So, hang on. So, you'll be putting your answers in the comments in a moment. So, I'll just repeat it. In 1970, 35% of UK households had a landline telephone. But what I want to know is what percentage had a landline telephone in 1980? And we'll count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your answer in the comments.
So, we're starting to get some of the comments. Yeah. So if you put down the percentage of people in the 1980 that had a telephone landline, let's see. Yeah, it's about the kind of percentages that I was going to say, actually. Sort of, 80s, 90s. Yeah, that's what I would have said. Be interesting to see what it is. Oh, low on Joe Boniface, 74%. Doesn't think many people had telephones, landlines. 58%, Louise Warren. Whoa, I would have thought it would be more than that myself. But I don't know the answer to this, by the way, folks. So I'm guessing along with you. I would say 80%. I would probably, if I was guessing. Oh, Paula said 83. Oh, Lisa's hobbies chimed in with 90%, so okay. Right, Penny, shall we reveal the answer?
The answer.
Let's see.
So, the answer was 72%. Well, only 72%. I think Lynn and Gaz, Todd, said 71%, did they?
70% they said.
Lynn and Gaz? 70%. They're the closest.
And then Perry has said 75%.
And I think Joe said 74%. Joe Boniface said 74%.
Oh yeah.
So
those three
well done. And did you know that throughout the 1970s, the UK telephone network didn't have enough capacity for everyone in the country to have a phone line.
Oh dear.
So multiple customers had to share a single party line. Anyone remember that? Because I do. I remember I'd pick up the phone, I could hear some of the people having the conversation.
I bet you loved that. Well, come here, my dear. Well, Well done to Penny for putting that quiz together. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
And we're back on at 8 o'clock next Friday with the Birmingham quiz. But don't worry if you're not from Birmingham. You've got a week to research, and they're not that difficult. So come on and have a bit of a laugh anyway, and make sure you have a drink next week.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks very much for joining us, and take care. Keep safe. See you soon.
Bye.